up for the popcorn moment, brought to you by Booher Remodeling, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in central Indiana, the highest quality brand names that you know and trust. Booher guides you through the process, and that's the story, the process. From that initial consultation to that final bit of finished construction, you know everything that's happening in your kitchen, in your bathroom, in your basement as you turn it into that home theater or a place your family can actually use. It's not just some storage dump down below the house. Booher Remodeling takes your ideas, turns them into reality, and creates value for your home. And it's less expensive to remodel than to move. So if you've got that old kitchen that's deteriorating and broken down, you can make something great out of it, something that works for you and your family, giving you value now and for years to come and when you go to sell that home. Booher Remodeling, delivering quality work on time with a service-oriented attitude. Talk to Booher today, 317-852-5546. Tell them Tony Katz sent you, 317-852-5546. Booher Remodeling, 852-5546, or online at Booher, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. The popcorn moment. Let's do the thing. It's a story you need to hear to believe, then grab your popcorn because there is more. I do have President Trump speaking to the troops in Qatar. Oh, it's good. I will bring that to you in a little bit, but I have to start here. Everything we said about the insanity regarding these Afrikaners, these white South Africans, being allowed into the United States because they are under threat is accurate. They are vetted and they were allowed in, given refugee status. I do not have an issue with giving people refugee status when their life is on the line, when they simply cannot return to their home country. I have no issue with it at all. But they must be vetted. It cannot be just handed out like pieces of candy. It just can't. In the case of South Africa, this from the African National Congress, that the African National Congress registers its firm rejection of the United States government's decision to grant refugee status to 49 individuals self-identifying as Afrikaners. Wait, they're not? Now they're self-identifying? Let it be categorically stated that there are no Afrikaner refugees in South Africa. No section of our society is hounded, persecuted, or subject to ethnic victimization. They literally sing songs that state "kill the Boer," B-O-E-R, "kill the white farmer." They sing it. They have taken the property. Well, it was apartheid, and now they're just getting what's theirs. If that's the argument you want to make, you can. This is not support of apartheid. This is taking people who may have done nothing wrong and saying to them, without trial, without jury, without anything, we're just going to hurt you because it makes us feel better. And there are some, like Ashley Allison on CNN, who are really fine with that. She'll make the argument of, you've got a genocide in Sudan and Congo. What about those people? And the answer is, vet those people. Vet them. What argument do you want from me? What if they don't pass vetting? If you have Group A and Group B, and Group A is killing Group B, it does not mean de facto that Group B is a good group of people. All I'm saying is vet them. Right? The Russians are attacking Ukraine. It doesn't make the Ukrainians great. Funny, I made that exact argument on this show. Same rules apply. I try and keep the standard all the way through, boo-boo. But here's the best part from the African National Congress. What the instigators of this falsehood seek is not safety, but impunity from transformation. They flee not from persecution, but from justice, equality, and accountability for historic privilege. So you are saying that because they're white, if they stay, you're going to hurt them. You're going to find them guilty for something they may not have done. You're going to get your vengeance on them because they need justice brought upon them. So I guess they do have to be concerned for their lives. How dare you let these people get away before we could punish them the way we want? That is something. More something was the Episcopal Church. And I invite the Episcopal Church here in Indianapolis or anywhere else in Indiana to explain to me how this works. This bishop that they have, Sean Rowe, now explaining to, and by the way, the bishop is white, explaining to Anderson Cooper on CNN why they will not resettle these Afrikaner white refugees.
Joining me now is Bishop Sean Rowe. Bishop Rowe, I appreciate you being with us. Is what you did crazy?
Well, I don't think so. I think it's principled, and it was the decision that we needed to make. We think it was the moral decision. And in fact, not only is it not crazy, it is the reality is that we can't be ourselves as the church, as the people that Jesus has called us to, which is the most vulnerable, and take the step of resettling white Afrikaners from South Africa. We're told to care for the poor and the vulnerable, and we're going to follow that. And I don't think that's crazy. I think it's principled.
So they're not worth resettling because they're white. That's the argument that the Episcopal Church is making, and they're proud of it. So now I have to ask, is this the Episcopal Church or is this bishop? So now I'm curious. Episcopalians, hey, Tony Katz, how are you? You down with this? You agree with this? Tony at TonyKatz.com. I would love to know where you're at. Because what this looks like is just outright bigotry. We're the Episcopal Church, and we care for people unless you're white, in which case we don't want you. Which is kind of like how Harvard treats Asians. Yeah, it's not really an attractive look. Matt Bear.